Hare Krishna. Welcome to today's Sunday Faith class. And as usual, we'll sing Jai Radha Madhava and then I'll get into it. Today's going to be a really interesting one. A lot to talk about. But yeah. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama. All together. Hare, please sing. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Bhanamamsa Parivagarshaya Ashtatada His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Nama Chai Shai Das Thakur Ki Prem Se Kho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Go Gopinath Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Mayapur Dham Ki Nilachala Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Ayodhya Dham Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda Ki Shri Shri Radha Sham Sundar Ki Krishna Balaram Ki Shri Shri Panchatattva Ki ISKCON Manchester Yatra Ki Harinam Sankirtan Ki Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Nitai Gaur Pramande Hari Hari. All glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Okay, I want to load up this PowerPoint. Just 1 second. Still no PowerPoint. Okay, 1 second. Oh, that's not going to work. Just bear with me. Okay. These screens. Hopefully that will work. Let's see. Haribo, Jai Ho. Okay, great. Hare Krishna. So welcome all. Thank you for coming. So today I thought to speak about book distribution. It's a topic that, in the beginning when I tried it, I wasn't really a fan of it. But as I explored this journey, as this field, then it became more interesting to me. So my name is Devarsi. Nice to meet you all. I'm one of the resident monks here. So there's 2 monks now. So there's myself and there's Chris. And as a brahmachari, one of the things that we do is that we go out onto the streets and we give out books. And I'm going to share a little bit of my journey on the books, a little bit of my experiences and things I've learned, how to speak to people, how I interacted with the world. It's really amazing. And in the previous month, it's known as, you could say, Prabhupada month. So in the December time, it's Christmas time. And in that time, it's known as the Prabhupada month because in this time we try to give out what's dear to Prabhupada. And what's more dear to Prabhupada is nothing more than a book. This book contains everything of our philosophy. And it's interesting how in Christmas time, everybody's looking to buy a gift, a present for their families, for their friends, for Christmas, Secret Santa. And what better gift there could be than a book? Spirituality. Because such gifts that they're looking for are temporary. You use it for some time, you have your celebrations, but ultimately it usually deteriorates, it never gets used again. But these books are for life. These books are meant to bring about transformation in heart. And my gosh, there's so much magic. So I'll be talking about these few things. There'll be an intro and what's so special about the books, the history about the books, and then I'll talk about books in itself, what it contains, and then I'll share some techniques of what we can do to distribute the books. So how is it? A lot of people come up to me. It's like, wow, you're doing amazing, but how do you do it? It's like 100 books in a day. That's amazing. It's like I can't even give out one flyer. Barely speak to a person. So how do you do it? So I'll be sharing a little bit about that. And then we'll have a little bit of try and error. So in this session, not only will you get to learn the technique, we kind of explore a little bit of, a little bit of skit drama, where we try out and I'll act and perform a little bit of these characters that you're going to meet on the street, and then see how you can give a book to me as that person. And then I'll explain what really is the importance of book distribution. How does that sound to everybody? Sounds good? Okay, great. Okay, Haribol. Shout Haribol if you're with me. Okay, you're not dead. Okay. So what do you know anything about these pictures? Is there anything interesting about these pictures here? Anyone? So, first of all, who are these people that I presented in this PowerPoint? In this, who are these characters? I know you know them. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Okay. And what about this personality? Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And this one, obviously, you probably know. It's Prabhupada. And there's something, a common thread between all of them. What's the common thread between all of them? Yes, but there's something. Okay, what's Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati posing with at the back? What's behind it? Books. Okay, great. Haribo. What's behind here? Books. Yes. Books. You got it. Wow, you guys are genius. So you can see how in our line, this knowledge is from a system of parampara, a dislipic succession. Gita mentioned in the fourth chapter, evam param praptam, that this science of Krishna consciousness was basically passed down through this book. And of course, there's different versions, but essentially that Vedic knowledge has been passed down all the way from Krishna to Brahma to Narada, and so on and so forth, all the way to Prabhupada. So we're very lucky, actually, very fortunate, because if you look and compare to any other traditions, we find there can be, let's give an example of Christianity. You have the Bible, then you have the Old Testament, New Testament, so many different versions. And one of the things that we emphasize in our tradition is the book and keeping the authenticity of the book, and it's really important. And so this knowledge passed down has been passed down for millenniums, God knows. And we're very fortunate, and if people really understood what they're receiving, it's unfathomable. And so this book holds dear to Prabhupada because it holds dear to his Guru Maharaj. When Srila Prabhupada met his teacher in 1965, no, that's when he travels. 1922. Srila Prabhupada met Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And it's interesting, never meet a guy and then they just tell you, okay, you're going to do this. I want you to, but so it's just amazing interaction where Prabhupada, who is at that time Abhay Charan, walked into this place, what was it? What was the place of the name? Ultodanta Junction, yes. And in that association, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was giving a lecture, and his friend was telling him, come, this is sadhu. It's like, Abhay Charan's like, another sadhu. I met all these sadhus. Why do I want to meet another sadhu? But it's like, no, this is another sadhu. This is not like these other sadhus who are smoking and drinking. No, this is an exception. No, and yeah, my God, when Prabhupada sat down, the words that emanated from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur are like thunderbolts. It really pierced his heart. And one of the instructions that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur gave to Srila Prabhupada, Abhay Charan, is that I want you, you look like a young, intelligent man. Imagine if I said that one. You're a young, intelligent man. Hey, you should go to America and preach. Nobody would conceive of such an idea. But yeah, here we are. We're all sitting here of this temple of Prabhupada, which he made. But yeah, amazing that he gave the instruction that I want you to spread the message of Lord Chaitanya, of Krishna consciousness, and spread it throughout every town and village throughout the world, and throughout the English language world. And of course, America is there, and Britain is there, and well, we're in the fruits of it. So it's such amazing things that just because of these books, we've came into Krishna consciousness. Just out of curiosity, how many have received a book as a entry to Krishna consciousness? Okay. What are other? I know you. I remember meeting you. Yeah. Okay. And what are the other ways? Okay. So about 30% is through books. What about the other means? Prasadam distribution. Anybody came through prasad? Eating prasadam and getting to know us. Okay. 1, 2. What about the rest? I see a few hands that still not up. Yes.
When I went home, I was just blown away by it.
I think there's a mic there.
Hare Krishna. I attended a cousin's wedding about 20 years ago, and I was just blown away by it. To be fair, that changed my thinking, my mentality. To be fair.
Right. That's interesting, because I was staying in the Bhaktivedanta Manor too. Yeah. I stayed there for 2 years actually. When were you there? When was this?
It was a cousin's wedding about 15 or 20 years ago.
Ooh, that's a long time ago.
And it was in the temple room at the manor, and the atmosphere was just electric. I'd never seen anything like that before, you see. And I remember when I was there, I said I would love to get married here, and I did get married there. So I thought it was amazing, you see.
Yeah. These books, they're actually the bombs. They're actually really just very transformational weapons. And in this age, we're in the age of Kali Yuga, as many of you know. And we can see how things are deteriorating. People are stuck on their phone. People are really busy in work. And where are we going? What's the direction of this world? It seems to be deteriorating. But there is one hope of a glimmer. And these are these books. When people read these books, when people understand these books, wow, they can be there can really be a change in this world, a positive change, and this is the great, and this movement is based on the books. Everybody, one of us has received one of these books at some point in our life, and we've read it and we've taken it to heart, and somehow we're sitting here. So it shows the impact of these books. Actually, if you even now, back in the olden times during Russia, and even China and many other places, they've banned books because they know that such of the power of the books, that the ideologies that it presents in these books can have a really transformational experience. That by the time they end that book, they're not the same again, you know. And for sure, when I was kind of born into Krishna consciousness, but as soon as I received the book, I was also not the same again. So we can see such a power of the books. So that's the history of these books, and the future, everything that we're gonna have. Nonetheless, everything is gonna stay the same with the books. The books are never gonna change, and the books are gonna be the heart of what we do. So that's a little bit about the history of the books. Okay. So I'll share you my experience of what I did over the December period, and it was really, really crazy what I actually did when I come to think and I look back at it. So this winter marathon, we have certain dates that we go out. So it began on the 29th of November, and it ended on Christmas Eve, 24th Christmas Eve, 24th of December. And the goal is basically to distribute as many books as in many places. And I was traveling left, right, and center throughout this country, actually. I started my journey in England, in Leicester, actually. I was meant to have a partner. His name was Ekavana. He comes sometimes, and he's from Leicester, and he's also another brahmachari who's very enthusiastic about distributing books. And I was meant to join him, but somehow he had some family things to attend to, so I happened to be all alone on my own. And so then I just thought, my father helped me out, and me and my father, we decided, hey, why don't we go just to the streets? I'll drive you, and you just take your books and go to the different places. So I went to Coventry, I went to Birmingham, Nottingham, these places, and traveling around. And then afterwards, it came to such a point, it's like, wow, I'm doing well, and I could do it on my own. And I would try to do like a little bit of japa, a little bit of chanting in the morning, and then by 8-9 o'clock, I was out on the streets. My ideal and the whole goal of this winter marathon is that I want to be the first person there on the streets and the last person there, just so I could have a great experience. And my gosh, I was meeting people from all across the country, all across the world, actually, from Ghana to Nigeria to Africa to America. I met people from all across the world, and really interesting and really nice to meet people of this background. And I think that's one thing that we're already missing out in this world today, is that we lack just the basic thing of just speaking to one another. These days, if we just open our phone, it seems normal, but as soon as we like, hi, hello, call 911, what is this guy doing? Why is he calling me, you know? It's such a bizarre world we live in. So it really, I try to explore that field. And during the journey of it, I kind of just did my own thing and just went traveling. As you can see on this picture, this is what I had. So I had one trolley, I had a book, these books. I was carrying about, I don't know, about 100 books. It's very heavy, very heavy. And I had a bucket for people who wanted to give a donation. I had a book stand, and I had a big table. And now you must be thinking, if you're on your own, how did you get on the train? Well, this is a secret that I would just ask anybody, hey mate, could you give me a hand getting on the train? Like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I was giving devotional service to some people unknowingly. So this is the great thing, that when you're in devotional service, sometimes you can give devotional service unknowingly. So as I was on the train, and I was by the midpoint of it, I was going to Liverpool. I was going far places. Obviously, some of the Lakshmi was temple provided to cover that cost. And when I was traveling on these train journeys, I was also meeting people on these train journeys, and I was like, hi, how's it going? What's your name? You know, I was asking questions, and one thing led another, and I gave a book. And so you never know what you're going to expect. You never know what's going to happen, but I can tell you it's full of magic. And yeah, by the end of it, I had another friend, Chris, who was now brahmachari. He wasn't there at that time, but he joined at the latest periods. And yeah, some days I would travel, come back around 5 back to Manchester, but I was thinking, ooh, I would like to do more few hours, even though I was tired completely. And one night I went to Manchester City Centre, Market Street at 6 o'clock, and yeah, I was speaking to different people. And then this guy came out of nowhere, this, I think it was a black dude, I can't remember his name, Jacob, I believe. And he was just like, yeah, I want a book on consciousness. I was like, hey, you're in the right place. This is about consciousness. And I was thinking, no one's going to meet me here at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening. But somehow somebody, he came, and believe it or not, he took a whole Saptarishi, which is 7 books. So there's these packs of books, 7 books, and they're about here. Actually, all of these books. So he took all of these books and gave a very generous donation. So yeah, it can be a very magical experience who you meet. So I want to share you some Sankirtan stories of who I met, what it went like. So in this first picture, I went to Preston. It was quite cold, quite, yeah, I've never been to Preston, all on my own. And I just happened to meet this one old lady, and I was like, hi, how's it going? Would you like a book on yoga? I was like, it's the oldest book in the world. This is the origins of yoga. I was like, really? Wow. She just, literally, she was walking the other way, and literally in 2 seconds she turned around. And I was just telling her about, hi, this is the Bhagavad Gita, this is the science of it, this is where yoga started. And I was describing about the books and stuff, and she, amazingly enough, she took a book. So yeah, in the second one in Liverpool, these couple, they were yeah, they were really against the, what we were doing. They weren't interested in it. But I was just showing that whatever you have in your philosophy, see, everybody in their life has a philosophical level. Whether you're into philosophy or not into philosophy, we're actually hardwired into philosophy. Whatever we do, we have some sort of code. And I was telling us that the code you have is what you represent and what you show. So many times you find like the Christians, they have a nice philosophy, but they don't represent exactly of what they show and present, and therefore we find such hard behaviors. And they were completely against religion, but when they spoke to me and how kind and caring it was, and how I showed them that this book had a transformation in heart, and how it helped me to look in a different light, and one of the examples I gave was these 3 lenses. So there's in knowledge is like Specsavers. When you go to an opticians, when you put another lens of glasses, what happens? The level of outcome changes. And when that level of outcome changes, then what happens is that we see things in a brighter light. Things become more clarity, and things become more clear. And so the 3 levels I was explaining to her was on a remote, on an immediate cause. There may be something that's happened to another person. Let's say, I don't know, a person punches another person, for example. Now, immediately when somebody sees that, immediately you're thinking, what's happening? Why is that guy punching? You come to a really bad conclusion. This guy must be a bad person. But now when we look on a different level, a remote cause, then maybe we can see, actually, this person had a bad day. Maybe this guy has a mental health issues. You just don't know what's happened to that person. And therefore, then you have a change of heart and you feel a little sorry, actually. But now then we see another level. There's an ultimate cause, that when we see this whole scenario being planned out by the Lord, then we see that there's actually some good in it. So when I explained to her that, I was like, wow, that makes sense. That, yeah, you're totally all right. And she happened to take a book. So really, really nice, yeah, couple. The last one, this one's interesting, Coventry. So there's these guys, I don't know, does anybody know the Mormons? Raise your hands. How many? Well, okay, so the Mormons, interesting enough, so when I was setting up, obviously it was very cold, yeah, very difficult. I was also nervous, and I was thinking, what am I going to do? It's like, how am I going to stop people? And these guys just come out of nowhere, and they're just like, hi, how's it going? What's your name? They asked me questions, and they were telling me, oh, have you heard Jesus Christ? You know Jesus Christ? we give him philosophy on Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, I know Jesus Christ. Actually, we're representing Jesus Christ, actually. We say, love thy by neighbor. We also love thy by neighbor because we recognize they're a soul and I am a soul. There's unity in that. So I was explaining like that, and they really agreed. And actually, they helped me set up the table. They helped me stop people. They're encouraging me, and it was really nice. And then, I had a really bad day. I think it was in Nuneaton, which was close to Leicester. And I was just not in the right frame of mind. There was nobody stopping, and these guys just came out of nowhere. Again, and I was so happy to see them. I was thrilled to see them. When I met them, really, the game changed, and I was able to distribute about 20 books in an hour. It's amazing. So, one of the aims of these books is there's different levels in what these books do. So philosophically, it tells us, yes, you're not the body, you're the soul. Yes, you have a connection with Krishna. Yes, you are a spirit soul, and that you're meant to serve Krishna. But this now is not just any ordinary book where you can just pick up and philosophically and you get the philosophy. No, it's much deeper than that. Actually, now it goes to an emotional level. It hardwires you to change your emotions and think deeply about life, introspect and understand how your emotions, when we understand this philosophy, you change your heart and you feel more kind and compassionate to the people because you understand these teachings that this is a soul, spirit soul. And then what happens is there's an actional level that based on the philosophy that you've got and the emotions that you feel, now you take the correct actions. This is the highest philosophy because it helps you to equip you to take the correct actions. Like similarly in the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is not willing to fight. He's like, these are my kingsmen, these Pandavas and Kauravas. I'm not wanting to fight. And Krishna's trying to explore that, why you don't want to fight, and he gives his reason. Well, they're my family. There'd be murder on my hands. This would be, I'd have a bad reputation. Murder's not so good. But Krishna gives us the different philosophy that actually, no, there is spirit soul. Justice would be done because you're a Kshatriya, you're a warrior, and this is your role as a protector. You're meant to protect. And this changed his emotional level actually to understand. Actually, I can never kill them as a spirit soul because the soul is eternal. And then what it made Arjuna do, this whole series of the episode with Krishna Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, it was meant to take action. That actually, don't renounce your thinking. Renouncement is your renouncement of attachment to that work. But if you do it as a service to me, as Krishna, then your actions becomes something that liberates you to take you to a higher platform. So we can see how it changes us everything, philosophically, emotionally, and actionally. Yes. So now I'm going to give you a little bit of a technique, basically, of how to do it, what do we need to do, and how it goes. And book tradition actually there's really two things. It's mainly chant Hare Krishna and give it to others. So number one, chant Hare Krishna, and number two, give it to others. What is number one? Number two? Number two? Number one? Number three? Okay, there's number three. But yeah, so you can see that this philosophy is about two things. Give Krishna, take Krishna consciousness and give it to others. And so when you understand it, when you feel it for yourself, immediately people will be a little bit more curious as to how this is change you. Prabhupada says actually book distribution is actually very easy actually, because all you have to show is you're happy. If you show you're happy, then the books are working. It's changed your heart. So if you just show this, that you're happy, being content, people will immediately, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for happiness. We're looking for the right things, but in the wrong place, And that happiness, even when we find such happiness in the cars, in the house, whatever we may be looking for, all very short-lived. But here, this is happiness to unlimited. Sky's the limit, So I want to give the three kind of points to how a conversation goes in this peer-to-peer. So there's three things to it: introduction, presentation, and termination. So in the introduction, you want to basically introduce yourself, your name, who you are, ask a few questions, and inquire what's their background. That that in itself is actually, you probably most likely won that person's heart because you've already showed an interest. Even one person came up to me and he stayed for me for like 45 minutes. Like, when is this guy gonna go? Because I'm, ideally I want to keep the conversation as short as possible. These things. And he's like, you're a really nice guy. Actually, I really like you. I don't want to stay here all day. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to stay here all day. It's like, actually, you know why I want to stay here all day? It's because my wife doesn't listen to me at all. So it's really nice when you actually give that time. So the secret in this book tradition is listening skills. If you give your ability to hear them, then you're most likely going to win their heart. So introduction. Then presentation. Present something factual to them which they can easily to understand, and something that they can't deny. So one of the things I said to people was, what would I say? People care so much for the body, but not enough for the mind and soul. And it's like a bird in a cage. We look out for so much of the cage, but not the bird inside. But if we look out for both of these things, then there can be real care. And they're like, actually, yeah, that's true. We got, so already you're on an agreement. If you want to win a person's heart, you have to already be on their side in an agreement. So you want to give them a short message, short and sweet, nothing too long. Prabhupada would say, if you give a long message but they don't take a book, then what was the use of that? You didn't get something out of them, they didn't get something out of it. Of course, you want to be a good ambassador of goodwill, and you want to care for them, whether they take or not a book. But idea is we should give a book. Listening, and also direction. Where's this conversation going? Because most of the times we just get starting and it was like, oh, this is not at all where we want to go. And so you end up being frustrated because this is not what you wanted and he didn't get what he wanted. And then termination. Provide something of a short and sweet thing, so for something him to do. Invite him to the temple and like this. So we're going to give it a go. Who's ready to give it a go? So in pairs, just who's around you, just try this technique. Let's just say one person's a new beginner, never met Hare Krishna, doesn't know anything about it, completely newbie, and the other person as a devotee, and try to have this technique: introduction, presentation, and termination. Ready? So we're gonna break at least about 5 minutes, and we're gonna give it a go. Who's ready for it? Try it. Yes. Okay. So break into pairs and give it a go. Hare Krishna. For 5 minutes, maybe less than 5 minutes. Nice. Okay, right. Hare Krishna. Whoa, whoa. Back into the game. Okay. Thank you so much. How did everybody feel? How did that go? Yeah. Good. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna notch it, take it up a notch. Okay. So we're gonna do little role play. Who's up for it? So maybe I'll demonstrate. Maybe I can. Is there anybody who can volunteer? Maybe I'll show how I actually do the technique and try the technique. So maybe anybody for a volunteer? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Come. And maybe if you just walk out this door and they just come back as if you're a new person, you don't know anything, and you just ask me, oh, what are these books about you're selling? Okay. Yeah. Try it. I need to knock on the door, but just come in. Oh, hi, mate. How's it going?
Well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Where are you from, man?
I'm from Bolton.
Oh, Bolton, really? Oh, I went there last month. It's a nice town, small place, right? Bolton.
It is a small place, but I'm not trying to brag, but it's the biggest town.
Biggest town? Really? My gosh. What's your name, man?
Jay.
Jake, nice to meet you. My name's Dev, actually. We're one of the monks, actually, from the High Christian Center. I don't know if you've ever been in Manchester.
I've been to Manchester, but I've not been to the temple before.
Are you not been to the temple? Oh, well, it's a nice place. You should come check it out. We're monks. So one of the things we're trying to do is just giving out books. This is one of a Chanta Happy book. It's a really nice book. In today's world, we care so much for the body, but not enough for the mind and soul. You know, if we look out a little bit more for the mind and the soul, then we have much more harmony. You know, more care. So here we're trying to promote a little bit of spirituality. So there's three things in spirituality. Simple. The spirit, that we're not the body with the soul, and when we recognize everybody is a soul, then there's unity. But in today's world, we have such a problem of racism, nationalism, discrimination. All of these are based on the color of the skin of our body. You know?
Okay.
So if we just look out for this, and one of the ways we kind of practice and understand and put that in practice of that as a soul and we're a soul and spirituality is through mantra meditation.
Okay.
And it's made to change your reality and see things in a more positive light. So yeah, take a book, give it a go, and we don't even sell the books, just a donation.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Much
just
appreciated.
drop a donation, whatever you can give. And yeah, come check us out. We're here in Manchester. Here's our leaflet, here's our card, and yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for taking a book, and thank you for stopping by. And do give it a read.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your
Thank you,
time.
thank
Much
you so
appreciated.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Yes, that's yeah.
I was going to question, but I wasn't sure how deep I should
Yeah,
go
so
into
that was
it.
a very simple, straightforward. Yeah, so yeah, maybe. Yeah, so yeah, it's yours.
Well, give it a
So
shot.
that was just a very simple, and I was just trying to emphasize the technique of introduction. Yeah, I was just trying to demonstrate just the technique of how simple it is in that conversation. You know, I gave an introduction, very short and sweet. I got them in, I gave them a message, and then I closed it very sweet. So within 2 minutes, I was able to give a book. And because other times, most times what happens, we go the conversation going here, there, oh, well, this is happening, there, and we don't get anywhere in that conversation. So it's just 3 simple techniques we can use. Okay, maybe your turn. You can be challenging, I guess. Maybe you walk out the door and then you come back and you give me a challenge then, and let's see how I cope. I hope it won't be too difficult.
Wait, I'll come again.
Oh, hi. What's your name?
I'm Chinmay.
Chinmay. Okay, where are you from?
I'm from Manchester.
You're from Manchester. Whereabouts in Manchester?
Stratford.
Stratford. Oh, okay, that's not far. We're in Wally Range. You ever been in Wally Range?
No.
We have a center there. You should come check it out.
Why?
We're monks. We're basically providing spirituality, mantra meditation, yoga, these things. Today we're just giving out books. This is the Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, no, I don't want it.
Why?
I don't want it. I'm an
Come
atheist.
check it out. It's okay.
I'm an atheist. I don't believe in stuff like that.
It's just spiritual, you know. It's just meant to help transform our life, you know. Just something positive. Don't worry. It's
I
not
don't have
religious.
any money. I don't have any money.
No worries, but take a leaflet. Come check us out, you know, and come visit us in the center, you know. Don't worry if you're an atheist. All are
I
welcome
don't
to
believe
come.
in all this.
No worries. Thank you so much, and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
So you can see in this conversation, of course, she was being very hard on me. I'd say that was like extreme 10. Give her hands up around her. So yeah, in that conversation, it's very hard. So don't expect that you're gonna give a book to every person you meet. But at the same time, still wish them well, be ambassador of goodwill, and show that your care and respect for that person. So that's very nice. Maybe I'll change up a little bit out of time, but maybe we'll change up. And maybe I'll try to be the person, and one of you tries to give me the book now. Who wants to give it a go? Any volunteers? Give it a go. Don't worry. Have a go. Don't worry. I won't be so hard. I'll be easy. Okay, well done. Okay, now you take this. Yeah, you take the mic, and I'm gonna walk outside, and I'm gonna pretend you're stereotypical Indian.
Hari bol.
Hari, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. What are you selling here? What is this? What?
I am selling a book of Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. Who is this Prabhupada?
Prabhupada is
Prabhupada. Who is this?
Prabhupada is our founder Acharya
Father Acharya. For what? What does he do?
for our great revolution.
What is? Oh, ISKCON. Oh, yes, I heard of it. My family back there in India, they know about ISKCON. We are serving. What is this book?
This book will teach you of how to live a brilliant life.
Really? What does it mention? How can I do that?
It mentions, like in the title, to chant and be happy.
Oh, really? Okay. Can I have a look?
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Oh. Have you read it yourself?
No.
Oh, that is okay, let's say in this instance you say yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, very nice. Oh, very nice. Oh, okay. Mantra meditation. You daily practice? You practice daily? What do you do?
Yes.
Very nice. You go temple?
I go to temple.
Oh,
yes.
where's the temple? I'm looking for temple.
It's right here.
Oh, really? Okay. Very nice. I'll come. You have a leaflet temple card?
Yes, we have leaflet.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Free book?
Yes, free book for you.
Free book? Give a donation, no?
You can give donation
Oh,
later.
okay. How much should I give?
At the minimum 50p.
50p? Oh, very easy. I'll give you 15 pounds. Very happy?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, very nice. Give a round of applause to him. Thank you. Very nice. So there you see it. Yeah. Conversation can be really interesting. It can be lively. It can be entertaining. You just never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to interact. Kind of out of time, but let me just skip through just the rest of the PowerPoint. Yeah, just a few more minutes, and I'll end here. So we didn't get through this all, but yeah, it would have been good. But really, the secret of book distribution. You want to know what the secret is? Have a guess. Nope. Although that's good, but no. There's one word I'm looking for, and it begins with P. In this thing, everything comes from everything you've said comes from this word. No. I'll give you the word. Do you want me to give you the word? Prayer. Because you on your own can't. I'm not a speaker. I can't talk to anybody. But somehow, Krishna has given me a mouth to speak. Here we are as an instrument. So determination, practice, all of this comes when we pray. The first thing we do in the morning is we pray to the Guru, Guru Asika. Samsara dava nanalita loka Shranaya karunya ganaganatam. The spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, and he's pouring that mercy. And that mercy is going through you. is Prabhupada's mentioning that this person that when you preach to another person, you cannot give that message unless you've been empowered by Krishna. And have that empowerment is down to prayer. When you really sincerely pray, all magic comes. Everything will follow. You just have to be an instrument in Krishna's service. Jivere super hoy, Krishna Nitya Das. So just some key tips. Do your best. Leave the rest to Krishna. No, it's not in your hands, but you can still do something like this. Be an ambassador of goodwill. Whether they take a book, whether they don't take a book, show that you are a person that represents the book and that you're a really good person. Even one person came up to me and it's like, you're actually a really nice person. You really care about me. It's like, yeah, I care about everyone because this is what our philosophy shows. I walk the talk. Don't take anything personal. There's a lot of people who will say anything. Do you believe in Jesus? Yes, I believe in Jesus. Then are you ready to go to heaven? Do you practice? Then you're going to hell. Okay, I may go to hell, but at least it's better than where you're going because surely you're not representing. And count on the sport. Everybody's behind you. Prabhupada says, wherever you are, I'm also with you. I'm never far from you. So the Parampara is behind you, the Vaishnava is behind you, I'm behind you. So when we realize how much support we have, what we're receiving, then by Krishna's grace, magical things can happen. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry, it was a very tight squeeze to fit everything in a short amount of time, but really nice for coming. And yeah, I encourage everyone to just, whoever you meet next time, when you're at work, whether you're passing by the market street, wherever you may be, just encourage a person, hey, and strike up a conversation. Hey, how's it going? Did you know I'm a monk? Why don't you take a book? It can be a very simple thing, but you never know how life-changing it can be because it might even end up stopping them from taking suicide. I even had one such experience. So it's a very profound experience, so I encourage everybody to take up this. Thank you so much for listening, and yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, I don't know where Gonataraj is gone. I think he was meant to make the announcements. If maybe somebody could just fetch him. Just call him in. But did everybody like that? Did everybody be a little bit more confident? Yeah. Okay, nice. So everybody can do one book then. Try to distribute at least one book in this month. Try to give something out. And by this way, then we can expand and we can bring.
Carry on for another 15 minutes.
Oh, carry on for another 15 minutes. Okay, in that case, maybe we can do a little bit more role playing because I thought that show. Maybe we can dive into a little bit more role playing. Who wants to? We'll try one more actually. I want to try a little bit more role playing. Maybe I'll do impersonate another person. How does that sound? Maybe can I get everybody to stand up, and maybe we can again go into pairs again, and we just try this one more time. Of now, trying it now. Just okay, yeah, in threes. Maybe in threes. So one person is the new person. One person is the book distributor, and then one person is the mediator. So he sees what the technique is, he sees if it needs to be improved, and he sees where I can learn from it. Yeah, and then after that, then I'll test you, and I'll impersonate a character. Yeah, so a few minutes, 5 minutes, let's see, 3-4 minutes, and then I'll test different groups maybe. Okay, ready? Go.
No, this is something new to me. Those technique how to distribute as well, because you got experience. Anyway, you are happy.
But not even distributing books, but how to structure a
Yeah, because sometimes we do different direction, then we chatting wasting time.
Yeah.
End of the time, nothing. So we need to cut on top. You need your mind to play it in the jungle.
Maybe I should have challenge you a little more, but I normally do when there's tables of it would be like somebody who's Islamic, or whether it be somebody who's, like you said, Mormon. I normally do challenge, I normally inquire. I think where I would fall down in terms of what you're doing is not it. So I'm quite a black and white person, so you've obviously you're in awe of the Christian conscious philosophy. I'm a seeker, you see. But even when you're a seeker, you still know a few things whatever you know, you can still keep yourself back and that's even if you were to open the then you just read what they're doing. That can be really the easiest thing. How did the book distribution go, Manchester? Did you enjoy it? Yeah, I think there's a competition in the whole community. I think I won. But no, that's fascinating. I'm sure on Instagram, I've seen a video, some of the videos on Instagram, you and a few of the devotees chanting there as well on Hadina. That's a really nice group, and I was trying to find it again, but I couldn't find it. Thank you for that class of all that. Thank you. Few more minutes. Okay, time's up. Hare Krishna, time's up. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, time's up. Okay, now let's do a little bit of an experiment. So, yeah, maybe if everybody sits down, I guess, again. If everybody sits down. Okay. Okay. Okay, how did that everybody get along? Okay. No? Well, as you gain experience, you get better understanding how to present, what to say. Everybody, when you meet and strike conversation, they're all like, how should I say, safes. In a safe, you have a, I don't know what, the mechanism for turning it. Dial, yeah. So when you click the dial, it basically when you turn the dial to the right, Krishna, let me just use this mic. When you turn the right dial, it immediately clicks. So sometimes when you say to a person about yoga meditation, they can be just like really into it. Like I remember one time I was in Nottingham and I literally just mentioned, I didn't even mention mantra meditation, I just like mantra. And she immediately turned around and she had her boyfriend holding it, and she just literally went to the book table and her husband's like, is holding the wife back. So it's really interesting what you say to some people. Some people can be really clicked and taking the book. Other people can be easily turned off. Yoga, I've already done yoga. I don't need another yoga. And my arm's broken. How can I do yoga? So whatever you say, it has to be, you have to understand. That's why the introduction, let me go back. The introduction is very important. That's one thing I've missed out. So we have obviously a range of books. We have the China Be Happy, we have the Saints of Self-Realization, we have the Bhagavad Gita, many different books. So when we have an introduction, when we understand the name, the background, oh, they're working, oh, you're an IT guy, oh, okay, you're a little stressed out, why don't you take a mantra meditation to China Be Happy? So you understand, oh, you're an Ayurvedic person, you're struggling with Ayurveda, why don't you take the higher taste? So you already know and filter through. This is what I mean when it comes to next point, direction. You already know where to go because you've understood that person very well. What is the secret behind book duration? There's one word I'm looking for. Prayer. Prayer is what you have for empowerment before you've even done anything. But in the conversation, what is the secret? Listening, yes. Who said that? Yes, you listen very well. Good. Brownie points for you. So when you listen to that person, when you understand it, then they feel like they're truly valued. You want to make that person as valued and special. People will not take the book because of the high philosophy. Why do people take other books from us? Any answers? Why do people take books? Connection, exactly. People take a book because they understand this is a very special person, and I'm getting a very special book like this. So it's a very special, unique moment. And it's really interesting, like in 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, if you meet a lot of people, they'll be like, yeah, I've heard of you guys. I know you guys, and you guys are doing amazing work. These sorts of encouragements can really keep you momentum high. Like I was on the book duration, I was out there almost 12 hours on the streets. She knows. I was there, near the universities, and, speaking to different people, connecting. And some of them are going to really make you cheerful and happy. And some of them are going to make you like, oh, why did I even speak to that person? Get out of my face, But at the end of the day, it's all about moments. We live for and die for these moments. And people don't remember for what you have and what you've achieved in life, but people surely remember the way they made you feel and this connection. And surely I had a very nice picture. Maybe I'll pass it around. So this was me, actually, and I met actually, the two greatest people who I least thought to take a book took a book. Can anybody guess what kind of people they were? Muslims, yes, and? No? Asian? Who? Atheists? No, not correct. What did you say? Asians, the Chinese. They were like, oh, what is this? It's like, as sometimes I'd make a really fun experience, and sometimes, I put a bit of an accent to it. Yes, it's very nice. Take a book, give a donation, take a book, and they're like, how much? I was like, just give whatever you like, and they end up giving £2. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Whereas some Chinese experiences like almost like fishes. Sometimes they squeal and they just go, but other times they're like, oh, this is very nice, So and the Muslims are actually, if you know what to say to them, you can capture any audience. Actually, you just need to know what to say to them. For the Muslims, Assalamu alaikum. To the Sikhs, Sat Sri Akal. Jai Shri Krishna to the Hindus, obviously. Well, it's just a greeting that they find comfortable. They already immediately recognize, oh, this guy. Like one guy, I was speaking. Actually, this guy just came up to me, and I was just giving out books as a normal day, and then he comes to me like, "Hi, I love you guys. I love going to Mecca. It's very nice. I walked around the